So, another big technical issue. Anyone who tried to log into the challenge earlier was not able to. The intended challenge was Countey Roads. It's now been reset, and we are in the fouled prison. What they are doing to recompense for it is to extend the challenge, so it'll end on Tuesday, which I think challenges should end on Tuesdays anyway. But they're also going to have a gift in the shop. Let's just show you that. That bundle there, double XP, full gas for 7 days, 10 grenades if you are over council level 12. Quicker healing, the radioactive event, so you can earn more radios. People are always asking how to earn more radios. If the radioactive event is on, make the most of that. They're doing a fair amount to deal with, the problems at hand. I miss out on those round passes because I completed the challenge last week, but okay, these things happen. But next games, I think you need to start getting a grip on this. Anyway, let's just get stuck in. See if there's anything worth grabbing in the area. Now, T-Dog is the hero. He has a great ability, but it only affects melee characters. So let's do this little scout of the missions with some melee characters, shall we? King Ezekiel, who is possibly my favourite warrior. No, Beta still is, but he's amazing. T-Dog's leading. Glenn, because this is a grab stuff challenge, he is coming along to help with that. Starting right back at the start because we don't have those round passes. Nobody will. So we're starting right at the very, very start again. Well, what can you say? That's just how it is. Now, this can be a slightly tricky mission. Obviously, when you get onto the harder difficulty settings, I think having a melee team is absolutely a fine idea because you have these little sort of hidden areas and things. You've got these blackout spots. Bruisers, I think, are actually kind of okay when you're sort of dealing with just one or two walkers at a time, and you can really just sort of focus on them, stun them. Kind of glad to be bringing T-Dog along for this one. He's a bit of a fan favourite. When you're facing tougher enemies, he just swings away. He just goes crazy. I've got so many things on him, including his leadership trait, that let him just take an additional swing. He just stands there, just walloping the enemy into oblivion. So this can be a tricky one. That's for sure. Didn't have any dramas there, but then we're right at the start. We don't have any round passes. As ever, if you do have any particular challenges on any particular missions, please do let me know. And I, and/or the entire community, will try and help you out. For that one, I definitely recommend bringing Glenn along. Being able to search those crates near the darkened out areas and still have an action is great. Reverse escape, stay live long enough to open the gate. And yeah, actually Ezekiel's a good bet as well because of his just natural ability to just react. This one can be tricky. Oh my gosh, can this one be tricky. I haven't faced this one for a long time, and I just usually brings me out in cold sweats. It's one of those ones where you need to be able to kill the enemy fast to be able to survive. Just use your charge points. I usually use ranged characters on this. Are perhaps melee characters a good bet? Even at higher levels? I don't know, it's tough to say. Does anybody else out there use melee characters on this? I'm really sort of finding them coming into their own. To be fair, every time I sort of play The Walking Dead, I feel like I'm learning something. You've got to get that open. What you could do is you could have Yumiko as your leader and a ranged squad. And Yumiko will turn around and she will actually shoot, even if she is stuck opening the door, which is pretty handy. Have weapons that will slow the enemy down, stun them, root them, anything like that. Always a very, very good idea on those kinds of missions. But of course, if you want to use T-Dog, maybe have another bruiser. You know, you're going to get so many hits into the enemy, you should be able to stun them, and that will be a good thing. Find the supplies and get out before you get bit. Okay then, so we are bringing Glenn again. I mean, yeah, I know that we brought him on the last mission as well, but he is a particularly good bet for this kind of thing. When I'm a melee character, I do like being able to bring weapons that can reduce threat. Part of the benefit of bringing melee characters is that for the most part they're quiet, so you really get to make the most of it. Yes. If you can also reduce threat. So we found the crate that we needed pretty early, but yeah, I mean, you see how that works. You don't want to be spending a lot of time on this. You've got walkers flooding out from that middle bit. You need to be able to incapacitate, stun, whatever you can do. Take care of those ASAP. But I'm a huge fan. Definitely missions like that, Glenn is made for those missions. If you're really, really struggling, maybe put him as the leader so that everyone can search a crate, still kill an enemy if they've got Swift Strike, and then search again. You know, things like that. Gosh, look at that. Round 4. Round 4. Shells, get the loot. Okay, did somebody say loot? That means that somebody said Glenn. Okay, what we got here? So, definitely something that we have to remember is that metal shelf there is glowing red. That means that it is booby trapped, basically. If we do something to it, a nasty surprise is going to come out to get us. So how about kill all these bad guys, we get rid of the threat, and we get ready for whatever is going to jump out on us. We use Glenn so that we still have an action left. And we do that. So I think that's one of the stages where doing this kind of video really, really helps, because you can see for yourself where the traps are, what happens when you trigger them as well, and then you can just be ready for them. No, we're not going to get more unlocks. So definitely that is the way that you do it. Clear the field, use Glenn to activate that, you know, to search that middle shelf, be ready for that armored walker and his little buddy who are going to be coming out. Got to be ready for that. If you're ready for it, they can't get you. Oof, look at that. Only 174 stars. Boy, oh boy. Okay, what have we got? Oh, we got some humans to deal with. Alrighty-roo. Okay. Eugene. Alright, old buddy, old pal. You kind of coming with us. Eugene with a golf club. It's so crazy, it just might work. Oh boy, yeah, this one can be a tough one. This one can be a tough mission as well. We got a tough set here. The prison. Guess what? Prison life is pretty hard, it turns out. I would have thought it. Gonna try and keep those walkers between us. Hey man, you just shoot me. So bruisers, good bet on these kinds of missions because you can stun your opponents. Ezekiel there is using the Morning Star, the mace. What you might want to do is actually you might want to make some noise to get some walkers out so that the humans have to deal with them. I'm a huge fan of doing that. It is a rewarding and effective tactic. So if you're really struggling with this, think outside the box. Remember that you can camouflage yourself with guts. You can make yourself essentially invisible by not making any noise, not alerting the walkers to your presence, and maybe instead they'll go for the humans. Remember, yes, those humans, they're armed, they've got rifles, all that kind of stuff, but the AI is dumb as a bag of rocks. So that is how you beat human enemies in this game. You outwit them. If you've got something like the Starbound rifle, you can shoot from right across the prison, you can hit them, and they won't do anything about it. So that's always an option as well. If you can set humans alight, let them burn down, great way to get their health down. But anyway, there we go. Those problems, they're all explained in the news. This is the challenge that we've got, the foul prison, some tough missions in there as you go through it. So if you do struggle, let me know. But as ever, thank you for watching.